Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam Stuti series. In the Varaha Stuti, today's shloka is shloka number 41, chapter 13, canto 3. Traimayam rupamidam cha saukaram.
Traimayam rupamidam cha saukaram
Bhumandale natha data dhritena te.
Bhumandalena thadata te
Chakasti shringodha ghanena bhuyasa.
Chakasti shringodha ghanena bhuyasa
Kulachalendrasya yathaiva vibhramaha.
Kulachalendrasya yathaiva vibhramaha.
Word to word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Trayimayam,
Traimayam,
Vedas personified.
Vedas personified.
Rupam,
Rupam,
form.
form.
Idam,
Idam,
this.
this.
Cha,
Cha,
also.
also.
Saukaram,
Saukaram,
the boar.
the boar.
Bhu mandalena,
Bhumandalena,
by the earth planet.
by the earth planet.
Atha,
Atha,
now.
now.
Data,
Data,
by the tusk.
by the tusk.
Dhritena,
Dhritena,
sustained by.
sustained by.
Te,
Te,
your.
your.
Chakasti,
Chakasti,
is glowing.
is glowing.
Shringa udha,
Shringa Odha,
sustained by the peaks.
sustained by the peaks.
Ghanena,
Ghanena,
by the clouds.
by the clouds.
Bhuyasa,
Bhuyasa,
more glorified.
more glorified.
Kula achala indrasya,
Kula Achala Indrasya,
the great mountains.
of the great mountains.
Yatha,
Yatha,
as much as.
much as.
Eva,
Eva,
certainly.
certainly.
Vibhramaha,
Vibhramaha,
decoration.
decoration.
Translation. O Lord,
O Lord,
as the peaks of great mountains become beautiful,
as the peaks of great mountains become beautiful,
when decorated with clouds,
when decorated with clouds,
your transcendental body has become beautiful
your transcendental body has become beautiful
because of your lifting the earth on the edge of your tusks.
because of your lifting the earth on the edge of your tusks.
Yeah. So the continuation of the description of the beauty of the Lord in the context of the Lord upholding and carrying the beautiful earth on his tusks. Prabhupada writes in the purport, the word vibhramaha is significant. Vibhramaha means illusion as well as beauty. So the word vibhrama has two meanings. In one context, it can mean illusion. In another, it can mean beauty. When a cloud rests on the peak of a great mountain, it appears to be sustained by the mountain, and at the same time, it looks very beautiful. Similarly, the Lord has no need to sustain the earth on his tusks, but when he does so, the world becomes beautiful, just as the Lord becomes more beautiful because of his pure devotees on the earth. Although the Lord is the transcendental personification of the Vedic hymns, he has become more beautiful because of his appearance to sustain the earth. So this is Prabhupada's very short purport. So essentially, the beauty of the earth is enhanced because the Lord has touched it. The Lord is beholding Bhumi Devi. So it is like Bhumi Devi is being sustained by the tusks of the Lord. So why is the Lord always compared to the lotus flower? Prabhupada explains that the lotus flower is the most beautiful object in this world. Of course, we cannot imagine the beauty of the lotus flower on top of which Shri Radha Shyama Sundar are performing their pastimes in Goloka Vrindavan. Therefore, the lotus is considered to be of the highest standard and the highest beauty. And therefore, the Lord's lotus feet, his navel, his arms, his eyes, everything is compared to the lotus flower. So here, the sages are describing the Lord as the personification of the Vedas. And we covered a few shlokas from the Bhagavad Gita yesterday about how the Lord uses the word Trividha, Trivaidya, etc. So it is said that when Brahma was created, the very first deity given to Brahma was that of the deity that is currently residing in Kerala as Guruvayurappan. So the Lord's beauty is always enhanced when his devotees are worshipping him in his Archa Vigraha form. I remember that I've heard from Srila Prabhupada that if the deities are being taken care of very nicely in the temple, then they will look and become more and more and more beautiful. So when Brahma commits that offense against the Lord that we read about in the 10th canto, the Brahma Vimohan Leela, he gives some beautiful descriptions of the Lord when he comes back and sees the Lord. And there are too many shlokas where he's describing the beauty of the Lord. But let's look at one such shloka and how he is describing the beauty of the Lord. So in the 10th canto, 14th chapter, 47th shloka, Brahma is describing, actually the very first shloka of the chapter itself is a beautiful description of the Lord. But we're looking at the 47th shloka. Barha prasuna vanadhatu vichitrangaha prodama venu dalashringaravotsavadhya vatsangranan anugagita pavitra kirtihi gopi drigutsavadrishi pravesha goshtham. And Brahma is saying that Lord Krishna's transcendental body was decorated with peacock feathers and flowers and painted with forest minerals. And his bamboo flute loudly and festively resounded as he called out to his calves by name. Now, Krishna knew the names of all 9 lakh cows of Nanda Maharaj. As he called out to his calves by name, his cowherd boyfriends purified the whole world by chanting his glories. Thus Lord Krishna entered the cow pasture of his father, Nanda Maharaj, and the sight of his beauty at once produced a great festival for the eyes of all the cowherd women. So these are the elderly gopis who are seeing the Lord's beauty. So as I mentioned, it is said that the very first deity that Brahma actually worships is the deity that is currently residing in Guruvayur. So before that, before Brahma got this deity was being worshipped by Mahavishnu and Vaikuntha. So in the Varaha Kalpa, the antecedent appearances of Devaki and Vasudev are described. So they came as Prishni and Sutapa. Then, of course, later on they come as Aditi and Kashyapa, and then finally as Devaki and Vasudev. So It is said that for 10,000 years, when Prishni and Sutapa asked Brahma for a benediction, they said, we want the Lord itself as our son. So the Lord himself appears. But before that, Brahma actually gives this Guruvayurappan to Prishni and Sutapa to worship. And they worshipped this deity for 10,000 years, it is said. And then the Lord is so pleased with their devotion that he comes and asks you, what do you want from me? I'm very pleased with your worship. And so they say, we want a son just like you. Well, there is no other person just like the Lord. So the Lord says, well, I have to come myself. Therefore, the Lord benedicts them and says, I will come as your son in 3 different incarnations, in 3 different births of Prishni and Sutapa. Then they come as Aditi and Kashyapa, and then finally as Devaki and Vasudeva. So the first time the Lord incarnates as Prishni Garbha. Then for Aditi and Kashyapa, he comes as Vanadev, takes back the kingdom from Bali Maharaj and hands it over to Indradev. Then, of course, he comes as Vasudeva Krishna. So when Krishna moves from Vrindavan to Mathura and then from Mathura to Dwaraka, he gives a deity for Devaki and Vasudeva to worship. And it is this deity, the same deity that is being worshipped in Guruvayur today. When the Lord is about to leave the material world and wind up his pastimes, he tells Uddhava, all of Dwaraka will be submerged within 7 days of my winding up my pastimes. Please make sure that this deity is handed to Brihaspati. So Dwaraka goes underwater, but Uddhava is not able to fetch the deities because the deities are submerged in the ocean. Actually, it is floating on the water, this deity. And so Uddhava worships Vayudev and requests Vayudev to assist him in bringing the deity to the shore. Because how else is he going to retrieve the deity? So somehow or the other, Vayudev assists him and the deity comes to the shore. And now Uddhava is thinking, where will I find Brihaspati? Because the Lord's instruction to me was to hand over the deity to Brihaspati. It just so happened Brihaspati also got the news that he was supposed to receive this deity. He came to meet Uddhava on the shores of the ocean. And Uddhava hands over this deity to Brihaspati. Now Brihaspati is thinking, what will I do with this deity? It has to be established for worship, but I need to find the most beautiful place on this planet so that the worship of the Lord can continue. So Brihaspati also calls out to Vayudev and says, please help me find a beautiful location where the Lord can be situated and that he can be worshipped. And that place is Guruvayur. So the Guru, where was Brihaspati, the Guru of the Devatas, and Vayudev helped find this location amidst a beautiful garland by a lake. And that is where the deity was established for further worship. Actually, when Brihaspati and Vayudev appear there, the first thing they notice is a beautiful dance being performed by Lord Shiva and Parvati Devi. And they are in ecstasy. So they request Lord Shiva, please let us know where is the most beautiful place where we can establish this deity for worship. And Lord Shiva says the current place where we are is the most beautiful place. So Lord Shiva tells Brihaspati and Vayudev, I will become the Kshetrapal. I will move to one corner. You establish the deity here for worship. And from that day onwards, the deity has been worshipped in Guruvayur. There are so many pastimes. Vishwakarma himself comes and constructs the temple, it is said. the Garbhagudi, etc. So imagine the Lord is famous by the names of his devotees, Guru and Vayu. So Prabhupada says that when the gopis are decorating Krishna and Srimati Radharani is decorating Krishna, Krishna becomes even more beautiful. And when the Lord glances over Srimati Radharani, she becomes even more beautiful. And so there is this transcendental competition between the devotees and the Lord, and they enhance each other's beauty unlimitedly. So the Lord's beauty here in Guruvayur is appreciated through the names of his devotees, Brihaspati, who is as Guru, and Vayu. So the Lord has become famous by the names of his devotees. So this is the Mahima of the Lord. The Lord always wants to be in the midst of his devotees. And his beauties and qualities are unlimitedly expanding because the devotees are worshipping him. Once Shripadadi Shankaracharya was in Kerala and the Lord was being taken out on a procession. He was busy with something, so he tried to avoid the procession. But as he was walking, suddenly he faints and falls unconscious. A little later, when he woke up, the first thing that he sees is the Lord on top of the elephant. I don't know how many of you have been to Guruvayur, but they have this beautiful procession called Seveli. Such a beautiful thing to witness. Very, very moving when the Lord, is placed on top of the elephant and he does the pradakshina and everybody goes behind the Lord chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the Lord said, how can you miss my darshan? You're trying to avoid me because you're so busy. So I'll force you to take my darshan. And it is at that time that Shankaracharya composes the Govinda Ashtakam, describing the beauty of the Lord on top of the elephant as he's been taken around on a procession. Like this, there are many, many pastimes in Guruvayur of great devotees like Puthanam, Melpattur and Putanans, pastimes with each other. One is a great Sanskrit scholar, the other one was composing songs in Malayalam. There is a wonderful pastime of how Putanam composed something glorifying the Lord in his language. And Melpattur, who is a great Sanskrit scholar, made fun of it. He's saying, because Putanam gave the verses to Melpattur to review and approve. And Melpattur said, if it is not in Sanskrit, I will not review it. If you want to glorify the Lord, you should glorify the Lord in Sanskrit only. No other language should be used. But anyway, Melpattur was put in his place and he begged forgiveness from Putanam. And he would read Putanam's compositions in Malayalam because the Lord taught him a lesson. The Lord is considered Bhavagrahi. He accepts the worship and the bhava of his devotees. He is not worried about anything else. What is the mood with which you should worship the Lord? Yesterday, I was listening to some pastimes by Indresh Maharaj in Vrindavan. He was actually in the pravachan, which was in Hindi, he was telling everybody, if you're worshipping the Lord at home, don't have a formal relationship with the Lord. You should not have a formal relationship with the Lord. You have to develop that deep love and affection for the Lord, for your deities at home. So he was saying that once he was traveling and he had visited somebody's house, and unfortunately that Mataji had cooked bhoga with onions and offered it to the Lord. And she served it to Indresh Maharaj. And when he tasted it, he immediately knew something was wrong. And he asked the lady, have you put onion in this? And she said, yes. Did you offer it to the Lord? She said, yes, every day I cook with so much love, and I always put onion in my bhoga offering to my Lord Krishna. So Indresh Maharaj told her, you should never put onion and garlic. They are considered unclean. So if you're serving the Lord nice chapatis with potato, onion curry, you are forcing the Lord only to have chapati because he will not have your potato, onion curry. So if you invite a guest home and if they say they don't like certain dishes, would you forcibly ask them to have and accept those dishes? You wouldn't. So the Lord does not accept unclean things, even if you offer it to him. With love. So he may accept other items without onion and garlic, but he will not accept anything that is offered to him. So you should make sure that you should offer only those items that do not have onion and garlic to the Lord with love. So from that day onwards, that lady changed her offerings. But in that context, Maharaj was explaining that there are certain things you have to follow the scriptures. But when it comes to your relationship with the Lord, so what you're offering bhoga to him, you should offer the Lord only what the Lord will accept. With love, of course. But when it comes to worship, you should pour your heart out to the Lord. Especially for your home deities, there is no, of course, in ISKCON, we are taught about Paddhati there as well, things that we have to follow, things we have to do, etc. But his point was you have to develop a deep love for the Lord. And when you constantly think about the Lord as Bhagavan, then that interferes with your ability to open up to the Lord and have more intimate relationship with him. So like this, there are so many pastimes of the Lord. Here, the sages are describing the beauty of the Lord in the context of the beauty of Mother Earth herself, as she is being held up in the tusks of the Lord. So which is more beautiful, the Lord or Bhumi Devi? Both are exhibiting their beauty. They are enhancing each other's beauty. And this is the way in which the sages are glorifying the Lord.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.